President-elect Obama enters the Oval Office in January. He has many competing priorities, certainly including the economy and climate issues. But by combining those two crises, he is now signaling a radical shift in how the White House deals with global warming. Bill Blakemore has this week's Nature's Edge notebook.
We can stop global warming. That is the great mission of this generation.
Barack Obama is saying he'll battle both the climate and economic crises in effect as one. An Apollo project to do so, he told Time magazine, will be his #1 priority as president. This week, in a forceful message to the nation's governors.
The science is beyond dispute, and the facts are clear. Sea levels are rising. Coastlines are shrinking. We've seen record drought, spreading famine, and storms that are growing stronger.
Obama said America no longer has a choice about battling global warming.
Delay is no longer an option. Denial is no longer an acceptable response. The stakes are too high.
And that fighting it by capping emissions and new alternative energy will stimulate the economy.
It will also help us transform our industries and steer our country out of this economic crisis by generating 5 million new green jobs that pay well and can't be outsourced.
It will be hard. Some scientists now say emissions must be capped below their current level of 385 parts per million in the atmosphere.
If we follow business as usual, we would pass 450 parts per million within the next several decades, and we would send the planet off in a direction which would have dramatic changes during the lifetimes of our children and grandchildren. Well, we can get back to 350 and lower, but only if we stop the coal emissions.
A battle with coal companies is looming. A former vice president even calling for civil disobedience.
I believe we've reached the stage where it is time for civil disobedience to prevent the construction of new coal plants that do not have carbon capture and sequestration.
Next step, Obama says he's asked members of Congress who are attending world climate talks in Poland in 2 weeks to report back to him. Bill Blakemore, ABC News, New York.